himself hitting the woodwork on several occasions, and here comes the former Flamengo man again, into Luka Modric. Vasquez. Modric toying and teasing. Vasquez with the ball across. Catching practice for Wojciech Szczesny in goal. Obvious area that Juventus have wanted to improve in over the course of the pre-season has been scoring goals. Dusan Vlahovic, the top goal scorer last year with 10 at the other end. Here is Camavinga and Vinicius Junior. Fabulous save by Wojciech Szczesny. Juventus withstand the Real Madrid pressure again. Where, nudging into the path of McKennie, the American connection on the international stage.
Well, Callum, you alluded to it. Maybe for Real Madrid, yes, they lost 3-0 to Barcelona, but the performance was decent, that is for certain, but they couldn't hit the back of the net. And again, we see here, not clinical enough finishing. Yes, a good save from Szczesny, but he palms it out really well too, to the left-hand side, not offering up a rebound.
Real misguided pass from Luka Modric. Here's McKennie into the goal scorer Moise Kean. He's the former Everton and Paris Saint-Germain player. Forced to one side momentarily. Clever footwork. Can Juventus find something? Once again, the effort in. Still in the palms of Thibaut Courtois, who was comfortable.
Yeah, just really nice soft hands from Courtois. Somebody with his qualities always going to save that. Take it at the first attempt. Those soft hands just meant it was easy for him to take at the second attempt. Certainly haven't seen a great deal of Jude Bellingham yet. Callum just had that ball there that he clipped across to Luka Modric. You'd also see the quite heavy strapping Bellingham has on the right knee as well.
Down the line they go. A real opening here. Garcia gets the half line. An intervention was needed, and behind for the corner. Well then, not the first time Juventus have been tested.
No, not at all. Who that's him? Is that Vinicius Junior? Chance. It's just such a nice height for the goalkeeper. It's easy for him to palm it to the left-hand side, away from danger, not offering up that rebound.
Tony Foz, heads go up. Rudiger showed an interest. Camavinga to settle. This is now Modric. Modric with the ball in, and it's a goal by Antonio Rudiger. And straight down the throat of Wojciech Szczesny. Down the line, he goes straight through the middle. And Thibaut Courtois with an assertive piece of goalkeeping, an inventive piece of goalkeeping.
Yeah, Manuel Neuer-esque there from Thibaut Courtois. It's all about his starting position as well. It's a lovely take, and it's a lovely distribution from Szczesny.
Vasquez. Delivering inside, away from Bellingham. McKennie there to clear. Into Moise Kean. To retreat. Here's Grima, the Brazilian international. Kostic. Mid-empty. Able to wiggle past Bellingham this time. Pushed into the wide area, into the path of Weah, the US international. Juventus. Chiesa. Real Madrid able to repel the danger, at least momentarily. Vinicius Junior being able to carve a pathway around Bruno this time.
It's a big body to get around that. Bremer did really well against Vinicius Junior.
Miscue. Can Real Madrid take advantage? Vinicius Junior getting closer and closer to goal. Unable to find a pathway around the big diminutive figure of Bremer. Caught up to Real Madrid. And they go short. Toni Kroos nearly came through all the bodies, but cleared away in the nick of time by Juventus.
Yeah, they didn't quite switch on in time there, did Juventus. Took it really quickly. It's a good strike by Toni Kroos, but there's a lot of bodies to get it through. And Bremer, I think he was the one who once again repelled the danger. That's 3 times in quick succession. Twice against Vinicius Junior, and then repelling that shot there from Toni Kroos.
The problem seems to have been averted. It's been a compelling opening 12 minutes. For those who will be joining us late, where on earth have you been? Moise Kean with the goal inside 60 seconds. Thus far, the scoreline we have for you. And the final day of pre-season in North America for both. Toni Kroos, 23 years of age now. Here's Camavinga. Unable to combine with Vasquez. Here come Juventus. Real Madrid back towards their own goal again. Intervention this time comes from Rudiger, and behind for a corner.
Well, the Real Madrid players aren't happy at all. They thought firstly that it was their throw-in, and then they weren't happy that Juventus were allowed to take it from 5-6 yards away from where the ball went out of play as well. It was a quick, incisive counter-attack after that, but one that didn't really go anywhere. Chiesa in the end wasted it. He's won the first corner kick of the game for Juventus.
So then, another opening here for Juventus. To the near post it goes, flicked on, back across goal! Intervention was required and it came. Another corner here for Juventus.
Well, it's a ball delivered well from Chiesa, and it's flicked on at the near post by the Real Madrid player. And at the back stick, McKennie heads it back across goal, and Nacho does very well underneath the crossbar.
And this time, the set piece, the complete polar opposite in terms of creating any sort of opportunity for Juventus. So Juventus leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Moise Kean inside the opening 60 minutes. Matt Lawrence, have you been able to catch your breath? What's the opening assessment of the match thus far?
Well, I haven't. It wasn't until we had the little injury that, there was that little intake of breath from me. What I've got so far is that I've been really impressed with Juventus. I thought that Real Madrid would dominate possession, would dominate the proceedings. They may have dominated possession stakes, but certainly for me, they've done really well on the counter at Juventus. And I don't want to say they've looked all at sea defensively, Real Madrid, but they've certainly looked porous to a certain extent, and you've certainly seen how a team of the attacking finesse and quality of Barcelona managed to put 3 by them.
Szczęsny. Kostic. Juventus finishing in 7th in Serie A last season. Last season since the 10-11 campaign, and they'll have some more defending to do here. Vinicius Junior. Easy routine save for Wojciech Szczesny. As we said, Juventus going off their worst season since the 2010-11 campaign. And they again finished 7th in the Italian top flight Serie A. McKennie trying to slip it into the path of Moise Kean. And it's opened up here again via a slight deflection into the grasp of Thibaut Courtois.
Just had to readjust his feet for a second there, did Courtois. Look as though took a slight deflection of Nacho. But that took a little bit of pace off the ball as well. But here come Madrid again.
Modric into Garcia and behind for a corner.
Well, he's got forward well down this left-hand side as Garcia. Time and time again. With Vinicius Junior obviously playing more central, it leaves vast spaces down this left-hand side for the left-back to attack. Maybe new to the Real Madrid side, but it's fitted in seamlessly so far.
Kroos short into Modric. Luka Modric and into Toni Kroos. At least that was the idea after the deflection. Into Vasquez again. Camavinga. Bellingham. Camavinga, let's fly! Not too far wide.
Chances are certainly coming thick and fast for Real Madrid. But so far, Szczesny hasn't really had a difficult save to make. A couple of routine saves, decent save at best, one of them. The one that he's palmed out to the left-hand side from Vinicius Junior.
Szczesny and Vasquez. Well, here come Juventus and McKennie again. Chiesa. And Juventus make it 2. Weston McKennie across. A goal made in North America.
What a swift, incisive break this is from Juventus. Far too easy again. We talked about the porous nature of this defence. There's 6 Real Madrid bodies plus a goalkeeper. That makes 7 in the penalty area. And Timothy Weah is unmarked at the back stick. It's a lovely run from Weston McKennie, but a simple pullback. No defending quality whatsoever, no cohesion, no communication. And Timothy Weah, we pointed him out before the game. And he taps it into an empty net, 2-0 Juventus. If you'd have asked me before the game, Callum, there is no way in the world that I would have said Juventus will be 2-0 up after 20 minutes.
Problems for Real Madrid, and celebration, at least early celebration, for Juventus. And a nice goal. Timothy Weah in Juventus colours. The boy from Brooklyn, New York, on the international stage big time.
Well, there's zero relationship at the moment in the back four. Let's include the back 5 as well, with the goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. I know we're a long way up, I know the crowd's noisy, but it doesn't look as though there's a great deal of vocal communication. between the five players, Nacho specifically and Rudiger. All at sea, there's large gaps between them, and Weston McKennie was just happy to either run in between them or down the sides of them, because it's not just the gaps between the centre-halves, it's then the gaps between the right hand and left side centre-half and the left back and right back respectively. There's far too many gaps, holes in that defence.
Bellingham tries to slip it through. And just as you were talking about gaps and openings, Real Madrid unable to take advantage of the opportunity they found.
Well, and we spoke before the game about how do you fill the void of Karim Benzema, and if this falls to Benzema, this is 2-1. It falls to the new boy, it falls to Joselu. He may have got 16 goals for Espanyol in La Liga last season, but he has to hit the target there. It looks like he strikes it decently enough with the broad surface of that left foot, but he has to find a gaping net, Callum.
Juventus leading by 2 goals to nil. And Joselu unable to take the chance to half the deficit. Bellingham combining with Camavinga in the new age, in the new transition in midfield for Real Madrid. Both just 20 years of age now. He's playing alongside the likes of Toni Kroos, who's 33, and Luka Modric at 37. Lovely time from Bellingham, and wins a free kick, which Real Madrid will take quickly. Vinicius Junior. Vasquez. Tripped away. Kroos lending a helping hand, and the free kick is the reward in the way of Real Madrid.
Well, there's a large number of players questioning the referee, Ismail Elfath. Elfath's a lot closer than us. The only thing I can think he gave for was a handball, possibly on Chiesa. There it is. It's very, very questionable. Looks as though it's more the shoulder, but he's closer than I.
Well, the question is, can Real Madrid make the most of the opportunity? Can they test Wojciech Szczęsny? Have done already here this evening. The wall sets itself and readies itself for the right foot of Toni Kroos. And towards goal the effort goes again, this time from Garcia. And behind for their Juventus goal kick.
Well, the scoreline is obviously 2-0 to Juve. Callum, and this is similar to what happened to Real Madrid in the exhibition El Clasico just days ago. They lost that game 3-0, and in that game they had a multitude of shots, 29 shots in that game, and only 5 hit the target. That's a big problem with productivity. If you only hit the target 5 times in 29.
Well, all the pressure will stand on the shoulders of Vinicius Junior in terms of scoring goals this season. 23 last year in all competitions. So together they have to replace the recently departed Karim Benzema. And several high-profile players that have now opted to ply their trade in the Saudi Pro League. The question is, Matt Lawrence, how do you replace somebody like Benzema?
Well, you don't replace Benzema with Vinicius Junior. You may replace some of his goals with Vinicius Junior, but Vinicius Junior is at his most dangerous when he plays out wide, when he's playing as a winger. Not only has he got to replicate the goals of Benzema, he's got to replicate now the game of Benzema as well, and that's not him. He's not a player who plays well with his back to goal. He wants to be facing up defenders and going against defenders one-on-one, and sometimes he doesn't mind going against one-on-two, but not with his back to goal. He wants to be facing the opposition defenders and goal.
wayward ball in the end behind for a goal kick.
Well, he overclubbed that one by a whole bag, did Timothy Weah. Just trying to whip his foot around it and put it in with pace, and obviously low across the face of the 6-yard box. Instead he got right underneath it, clubbed it right to the opposite end of the pitch.
Doing his best impression of Matt Lawrence, one would assume.
What, the golf course or the football field? Probably both, actually.
Well, you can see Ismail Elfath pointing towards his lips, meaning a hydration break. What an enthralling opening 26 minutes we've had here at Camping World Stadium. Matt Lawrence, how do you put it into words? What have you seen so far?
Well, it's been clinical finishing from one team and the complete antithesis from the other. I know that's certainly very basic, but first and foremost, that's what it is. It's all about putting the ball in the back of the net. One team's managed to do it, the other hasn't. I think that Real Madrid, if we're going to take it broader as well, which we have to do, analysing the game, they don't have a focal point. Joselu isn't somebody up there who's playing with his back to goal, who they've been able to find into feet or into his chest who can hold the ball off, and they lay it into Bellingham or lay it into Vinicius Junior. It's blatantly apparent, especially from our wonderful vantage point here at Camping World Stadium, that they're playing Vinicius Junior and Joselu so spread apart. They're playing as wide apart as the two centre-halves are, the other end of the field. There's no cohesion, there's no relationship, and I suppose we shouldn't be too surprised about that when you've got one player playing in a new position and another player coming and playing into a new team as well. Those relationships have to develop and grow over time.
Issues and misfortune in front of goal for Carlo Ancelotti's side, the complete polar opposite for Juventus.
Yeah, look, it's wonderful. One-touch, two-touch play from Juventus, but you can't play little, neat, intricate triangles in the opposition penalty area, or you shouldn't be able to. It's a simplistic finish in the end for Moise Kean, but he's all alone. Nobody's picking him up whatsoever.
Before we knew it, Juventus had themselves a second through Tim Weah.
Yeah, look at this run, absolutely unchecked. Weston McKennie just runs into the opposition penalty area, takes the ball in his stride from Chiesa, cuts it back, and again Weah totally unopposed. Absolutely nothing Courtois could do about that, and I said it in commentary. There's 6 outfield players and a goalkeeper. There's 7 Real Madrid players in the penalty area, and still they can't lay that metaphorical glove on Juventus. That's got to be really, really worrying for Carlo Ancelotti, and for his chewing gum for that matter. It's getting toyed mercilessly with in the mouth of him. He's somebody who's normally so calm as well.
Let me ask you, are you surprised with how well Juventus have done in the opening half an hour or so, Matt? Because let's not forget, this is just their second pre-season game. They had a game cancelled in California just several weeks ago against Barcelona because there was an issue with the Barcelona players. A whole host of them were ill and unable to participate. There was an alleged game before they were coming to the United States for Juventus where they were set to play Lazio. That didn't happen. They will play Atalanta on August 12th. But so far, this is a team that have played 90 minutes and now 30 minutes, and they lead Real Madrid 2-0.
And I talk about cohesion and relationships, and it looks as though this team has played together for a long time, certainly in the counter-attack. They're so swift and incisive with those counter-attacks, and the wonderful passing 1 and 2 touch from the likes of McKennie has been a real joy to watch. Maybe I was being disrespectful of Juventus, but coming in I didn't think I'd see anything like this. I thought Real Madrid would dominate.
We have a chance to interrogate here. Modric into Vinicius Junior. Clever little flip.
はい、まあ、そういうことと向き合いながらやっていくっていうのもプロのサッカー選手の仕事だとは思いますけど、まあ、落ち着かないですからね、人ですからね、落ち着いてやっぱりね、チームも落ち着いてきますからね、そういうものがしっかりと決まってくればね。
少しトラップよれたが、フリック、まあ、あと10日ぐらいかなで確かウィンドウ閉まる。
そうですよね。
30分が過ぎています。
いやマドリーに関して言うとあまりにもやっぱりベンゼマの存在が大きかったですからね、点を取るだけではなくてビルドアップも含めて守備での貢献も含めてですね、非常にやっぱりチームを助ける仕事を多くしてた選手ですからね、その選手がやっぱ抜けてそこを埋めるのはなかなか難しいでしょうね。
ニアに来た、すらす形、セカンド前から行きますが、ナチョが前にいます。リュディガー打ちました。ワンタッチあってコーナーです。
なかなかマドリがホセルがなかなか絡めないですね。
そうですね、ロドリゴはベンチからのスタートになっています。大外フリーです。かわした左足、これも一つに、
すごいシュートでしたけどね。
ベリンガムですね。
今ねコーナーキックの前にちょっと後ろ下がりましたよね、自分の前にスペース持ってで右足で止めて右で蹴れるところにボールを置いといての切り返しからのシュートですよね。振りが速いですね。
コーナー始まってもうセカンドは取っています。
ベリンガムまだ20歳ですもんね。
そうなんです。モドリッチ、前は空いたベリンガム、カマビンガー、ベリンガム、ナチョ、ガルシア、さあ左に広げてここでビニシウスクロス、カマビンガーやり直し、クロス、今度ここにモドリッチ、ワンツー入った2枚3枚からポケットは取りました。まだユベントスも中を締めています。
左サイドでベリンガム、そしてモドリッチ、ビニシウス、そしてフランク・ガルシア絡みながらですね、ポジション変えながらうまく深いところまで侵入しましたよね。
ファーへ指が合わず、エドワルド・カバリンガ、ベリンガム広げて、今ここにモドリッチアウトで出す。3人目は入ってきてませんでした。さあ逆にモイスキン、急いでガルシアは戻ります。逆サイドキエザもいます。ティモシー・ウェア、モイスキン、
maybe pre-season, but you want to go in at half-time and you've got a 2-0 lead, you don't want to concede now. You want it to be a minimum of a 2-goal deficit for them.
Wolves goal this time well wide of the intended target from Chiesa. The theme continues for them, the chances keep appearing for both sides.
Yeah, they do. I don't think this is a defensive battle, that's for sure. Neither team are looking incredibly strong defensively, but as I mentioned, defence is all about growing relationships and breeding communication. And neither of these defences, whether it's a back three or a back five for Juventus or a back four here for Real Madrid, I think they've played enough minutes together really to develop that cohesion. It's certainly readily apparent here we've seen far too much open defending, far too much poor defending, let's be honest, Callum, in this opening 35 minutes.
As you mentioned earlier on, Carlo Ancelotti making 3 adjustments to the back four. Perhaps
هذه الكرة لم تكن تسويبة حاول فيها أن يرسل الكرة في الزاوية البعيدة، لكن الكرة في الشباك الخارجية أو تتحول لمصلحة اليوفنتوس. ضربة مرمى. يا لهذه المباراة كما ذكرت التي حضر فيها الكثير من التاريخ سابقا، والتي تأتي الآن بهدفين لمصلحة اليوفنتوس. على طاري حضور التاريخ، هناك تاريخ يحضر في أرضية الملعب، ما أدري تجي لقطة عليه ولا لا. لا شك بأن كاكا موجود، لاعبو ريال مدريد والميلان سابقا، ويتواجد هناك في هذه المباراة ويحضر بالتأكيد. وهنا صافرة وخطأ يحتسب حكم المباراة. هنا كامافينجا وهنا فابيو ميريتي الصغير. نشوف ونتابع. هذا روديجر المدافع، والخطأ الذي يحتسب، والكرة الثابتة التي تنفذ، والكرة التي تصل الآن لمصلحة لاعبي اليوفنتوس. كرة بترجع الآن إلى نص الملعب، صارت إلى دانيلو في الجهة اليمنى. دانيلو يبحث الآن عن زميل ماكين يطلب الكرة. أدوار لاعبي خط وسط اليوفنتوس الآن بريمير يتقدم، يرسل الكرة خلف المدافعين، وصلت إلى تيموثي ويا، استلم ودار، الكرة ما زالت معه، حافظ عليها ولكن طالت، صارت مرتدة، اللمسة السريعة، الله عشان التمريرة يا فيني يتقدم. الله، هذا ما يجب أن يكون عليه صاحب الرقم 7 وقائد المشروع. هدف يسجل بعد تمريرة وليس إنهاء. التمريرة الوحدة هدف، والإنهاء هدف آخر. 2-1 سجل فينيسيوس بعد انطلاقة، لكن التمريرة سحر، التمريرة كلام كبير يا توني. شوف الدقة، شوف الألمان، شوف الكرة اللي راحت، شوف السرعة، شوف الإنهاء. فينيسيوس يسجل. من يريد أن يكون قائد المشروع الرقم 7. الله على تمريرة، لا تمريرة إحراج كبير، لكن شوف الإنهاء إخراج كبير أيضا، إخراج كبير. إنه فينيسيوس الذي يسجل الآن الرقم 7 في ريال مدريد، يعتبر الرقم 1، ولذلك هذا ما يجب أن يكون عليه من يحمل الرقم. بيلينغهام استلم، بيلينغهام وقف، معلش يا بيلينغهام، الاستلام يغطي. راحت الكرة بتتحول بعد ذلك من جديد، حاول يسوي فيها مروحة، لكن فينيسيوس انطلاقته، انهاء، تسجيله. نعم، يقولون يا فيني كن قويا بما يكفي لمواجهة العالم. واجه العالم، أنت ترتدي قميصا بعد موسمين رائعين استثنائيين من جانب فينيسيوس. الكرة تصل مرة أخرى من جديد، وصلت إلى لوكا وقف، لوكا سيطر، بيرسل الكرة بعد ذلك مرة أخرى إلى توني كروس، عادت إلى لوكا، أقصى اليسار إلى فيني. هل بدأت الآن أهداف الريال؟ وصلت إلى لوكا، وصلت إلى كامافينجا، عرضية، لكن اليوفنتوس بعد ذلك وقطع الكرة. إنهم يضغطون، يحاصرون، يسجلون هدفا. كارلو أنشيلوتي بعد الوقت المستقطع سجلوا الآن هدفا ويريدون هدفا آخر. على يوفنتوس أن لا يكتفي أمام ريال مدريد بالدفاع، عليه أن يفعل من كرات المرتدة إذا ما أراد أن يحافظ على تقدمه وأن يضيف أهدافا أخرى. دافع باقي الوقت، لا، الأمور صراحة تكون صعبة عليك. ريال مدريد قادر على أن يسجل ولديه مفاتيح وحلول ولاعبين وأسماء وخطورة، لكن ما زلت مفتونا بتمريرة توني كروس الجميلة جدا والساحرة. يا لها من لقطة تسرق الأضواء من الإنهاء رغم جماليته ورغم روعته أيضا. كرة بترجع الآن، لوكا مودريتش بيرسل الكرة في نص الملعب، ترجع الكرة بعد ذلك يقصى اليسار، كانت تمريرة عادت من فينيسيوس، وصلت بعد ذلك إلى بيلينغهام، في الجهة اليمنى إلى لوكا بيرسل الكرة، وصلت بعد ذلك إلى بيلينغهام، التمريرة مرة أخرى إلى فاسكيز، بيلينغهام لو استلم لكن الكرة تصطدم. يوفنتوس يتعرض لضغط كبير، يا أليجري لا تتركهم لوحدهم، لاعبو الوسط يدافعون، لاعبو الهجوم يتراجعون، الجزري يتعرضوا للضغط الآن، شباكهم تهتز مرة وقد تهتز أكثر وقد تهتز أكثر. مستحيل يا نجريب، لا تتفرج، الريال يقترب، ينتفض، يصوب، الله ينهى من ضربة أخرى تصطدم الآن، تعود الآن من جديد مرة أخرى. الريال يضغط وكأنه يريد أن يقلبها في شوط واحد، لكن الكرة تتخلص، طالت الكرة وتحولت بعد ذلك من جديد إلى خارج الملعب. رمية تماس، ضغط كبير يا توني كروس، الكرة اصطدمت هذه المرة. شوف الأولى الجزري يتألق، شوف الثانية المدافع يتصدى لكرته، شوف هذا ناتشو أولا وتوني كروس ثانيا.